Good evening and welcome to a Requiem for London, or London Requiem, City of Martyrs. Tonight we will have a scene between two blood siblings. Recently, very recently, only 2 days ago, the two plus a couple of other kindred escaped a fairly dicey situation with some hunters, and it was quite apparent that Emily's dear brother, Jonathan, had some, well, in lack of a better term, deal with the hunters, which, let's just say that Emily was caught off guard and really did not appreciate that her brother had been apparently spilling the beans or something to that effect with someone who cannot be trusted and only wants to kill him. So, she sent a couple of messages. None of them have been replied to, but right now, tonight, there is actually a reply to one of the messages. And Emily has gotten into a taxi as soon as she got that and driven towards the church that they were last saw each other in. And, well, she's a bit reluctant. Well, in the back of her mind, there's probably something going, you probably shouldn't go back to this place. It still could be dangerous. But most of her mind is just almost red, glowing, red hot anger. She's fairly pissed that she was potentially just fucked over by her own blood sibling, and she wants some answers now. The cab will drive in, and it's about 5 minutes walk from there. It's a bit ways off, so it doesn't park right next to it. Emily will get out, make sure her hoodie is in place and over her head, and she'll begin to walk closer, and at some point the blood will, not only will it know, will it just pick up the fact that there is another kindred nearby, but the very close and very familiar sensation of her brother begins to run freely, and she knows that her brother is close by. And yes, Jonathan, whatever he is doing, he can feel that someone is fairly angry and close.
Jonathan is exactly where he met Astrid 48 hours ago. Or rather, where he phoned her 48 hours ago. There's looks to be something of an abandoned construction project that hasn't been disassembled yet. And you know those big, thick metal bars, like those big metal pillars, that metal scaffolding?
Mm-hmm.
Not the thin crap that you use to renovate windows at like the front of a small building. Like the stuff that's used when you're constructing
arming iron, like iron bars made in an H shape.
Let's see. Yeah, but when I for some reason when I Google that, I get towards.
I know of what you speak.
Yeah. Yeah, like thick metal scaffold. The arming iron, as you refer to, He's just hanging off one of those with his rat tail. And it's actually, like, with his legs, it kind of looks like he's standing upside down, as he's effectively standing on the upside down on the scaffolding. He's got his feet to him, so it looks like he's standing up.
Emily approaches. She just looks up at him. She just, oh, that's very inconspicuous and good. Mind coming down here so we can talk?
I'll calm down a little bit. I like it up here. He'll let go and he falls to a lower wooden platform which is attached to the scaffolding.
All right, now.
He like sits down. He's kind of idly like kicking me over his feet. You know, his feet just kind of drift a little bit.
Do you want to explain exactly what the fuck you did? I'm struggling to understand, and I really, really do not like getting lied to.
I mean, it's not like I can anyway in the state we're in.
Well, let's just say I was surprised, given the fact that I don't know what you're thinking, but I do know when... Well, why the fuck did you talk to him? Let alone make a deal with him?
I don't really see what the big deal is about. It's not like Kindred haven't set hunters on Kindred before. I mean, this is like, you seem stunned, but let's be real. You're acting as if this is the first time this has happened in history. I'm sure this has happened many fucking times. And besides, your guy got his mark. Like, fuck. Like, all according to fucking plan. Like, Jesus. Like, literally could not have been more successful for you guys. So, not sure why you're mad. This literally could not have worked out better for all of you.
You went to fucking people who want us dead, and you gave them information.
Well, Kindred want us dead. Like, this is not fucking, like, the council wants us dead. Fuck.
No.
Oh, here we go. Here come the fucking excuses for our benevolent dictators.
What? Why are you such an asshole?
I'm not. I'm being a decent person.
And I'm not?
No, you're no. Fucking hell no. Jesus.
Okay, exactly what have I done that makes me a creep, asshole, or dirtbag? What has made me a not decent person?
Look, one, you're literally working for a council of megalomaniacs who are partially responsible for this whole fucking mess to begin with. In fact, are largely responsible. Let's be real. Let's not make it partially, largely. Two, that wouldn't be so bad if you just didn't keep making excuses for them. Three,
you can tell already that it's not a thought, but there is a strong feeling of not necessarily regret, but like you get the sensation that she's not going into this willingly. Like you get the feelings of like you get the feelings that is most definitely something about a blood bond, and like this sensation of not necessarily having that much of a choice, and anger attached to that. But it's not necessarily directed. All of it is not directed at you, but it's just there mostly.
So Free, yeah, I mean, you have killed people in the city at this point, so just saying. I mean, it's kind of sad that that's like the third thing on my list, but there it is.
And you killed that Nosferatu that wasn't, or you killed that whatever it was down in that basement that wasn't offering
Yep,
any fight or anything.
I mercy killed a monster that wanted to die.
And I defended myself.
You literally fucking drank from it. You know, just saying.
No, I didn't. I got my half of my face melted off.
Yeah, when you try to drink from it, because as it turns out, they
No,
have something of it
no, I tried to kill him.
by drinking from him.
No.
Yeah. But you can say no, that's what happened. I
You
mean, I
do
may have
know,
been pretty fucking oblivious, but I was still there.
you do realize that we can bite people without drinking, yes?
And I assume you want to do that when you had claws.
I wasn't exactly in a position where I had necessarily the most clear thought. It was what seemed to be the best course of action at that time, since I had him pinned, but all right.
Could have just knocked their asses out. It's not like they're even a threat at this point. But like, I mean, I can literally just fly away. I don't even have to. You know, if they ever come face me, I'm like, okay, bye. You know, I don't really need to. I don't really need to fight them.
And what if some of the people you just sold out comes after you? What's going to happen then? What if you can't fly? What if they gang up on you and you're fucked? What
I
then?
mean, I'd rather not put another fucking face on their wall because I've already seen how many faces are on their wall. Jesus Christ, the amount of damage, the amount of actual. See, this is the thing. You haven't seen it, so I don't really expect a response here. I don't expect you to really understand the sheer scope of the violence and atrocity that has been wrought upon these people by us,
What?
all of us collectively, literally thousands of people, of faces, of names, and that's just the people they can like put fucking photos on the wall. There are more. You know, one of those guys you killed. His name was Alan. Yes, they have names.
Well, Alan wanted to turn me into dust, and as much as I think that Alan's children and wife will mourn for him, I don't appreciate getting destroyed. So, yeah, I defend myself.
So you're just gonna continue the cycle of everyone fucking killing each other? I mean, here's the thing.
Again,
That martyr of truth was a better friend to me than literally anyone else in the city has been, including you, by a country fucking mile.
you get this.
The guy who
Again,
literally, as you said, wants me dead is nicer.
you feel this like very strong sense of of conflict. Like there's just a lot of things that seems to be very much something that she's simply not capable of, because there is this sense of being bound to someone that is just preventing certain things. But you also get this sense of like more pissed off, like, and she just looks at you and just says, I have been fairly open, decent with you. As I've tried, I've actually tried being friendly towards you. It's not the easiest thing, and it's one of the hardest things for me to do, is to be fucking sociable and talking to people without making an ass out of myself. I've tried multiple times, and I've actually done good, and yet here you are calling me an asshole and calling me all of these things. Why are you? Why? I mean, I have tried being friendly towards you, and you spit in my face. What?
To be fair, you weren't exactly my target. The Hound was my target. You just got caught up in the crossfire. I'm actually surprised you showed up. But I'll tell you
in general, you just said he's been a better friend, whoever it was.
Yeah, he was actually nice to me. He was. You see, here's the thing.
And I haven't.
Well, you're trying to be sociable, right? But the problem is that, what do they call it? What's the fancy fucking word for it? Politesse? Not just manners, actually. Manners is probably the best word for it. But manners is not the same as actual, genuine, bona fide compassion. Like, those are two very different things. Like, you can look proper and all that, but at the end of the day, one, it's not who you are. And, I'd rather you make an ass out of yourself because that's more honest to me. And two, like, it's not the same. Like, I'm just being I'm literally a tool to your organization, and you are pushing that angle whether you even realize it or not. So I don't blame you for half of the shit. I mean, I'm calling you, an asshole, but I don't blame you for being an asshole in your entirety. You're not in control of, like, half your actions. It's like, I don't hold you responsible for a lot of what you do because you're not in control of that. I mean, it took every ounce of Astrid's willpower to fight back against her own master, and, well, she's free now, which is good. I couldn't stop one from fucking becoming that monster again, but he'll get his.
Did you deal with them as well?
Yeah. Yeah, they went. They
the
were.
Sheriff is gonna love this.
Oh, you gonna tell him? Okay. He's ratting who out now?
No.
Huh?
No.
Look, they asked me. They
it's
needed
a
to
matter
find
of.
some. Look, here's the thing, right? They asked me. They needed someone found. I'm like, sure. You didn't ask me you needed someone found. And for the record, I fucking told you guys they were there, and that the Hound was there, and that you can go kill him now. So you can say I dealt with them. I also set them up to fucking die. And that's literally what happened. One of them literally is ash on the floor. And I planned for that because I fucking hate that guy and everything he represents. And the Enlightened were there to kill him, not you guys. Actually had a fucking arrangement. Like, if you literally came out of the fucking doors, like, instead of hiding behind a fucking bush, I'd have said, yeah, she's with me, it's fine. But you didn't. I'm like, well, I guess you're going to turn into a bird or something? Like, I didn't know what you were going to do. I assumed you had your own shit going on. I literally assumed that. I mean, and you can run, like, 3 times the speed of a normal person, so at the end of the day, it's not like it actually matters. Like, you can literally run up the wall and run away, so... Like, it's not like I didn't anticipate the possibilities here. I mean, it didn't actually go according to how I wanted it to go because that guy ended up diablerizing the fucking Hound. This is a fucking monster. Like, I mean, if you got a good look at him, he's literally.
Can I get a fucking word in?
What do you got to say?
Well, I got a few questions.
Okay.
Since this guy diablerized the person you were against, whoever the Hound was, are you planning on killing him next?
Probably. He is the Hound now. He's the new Hound.
All right. Maybe that's something we can work together on. Secondly, are you going to talk to the hunters at some point again?
Probably. Like, most of them are fairly civil towards me because, and he literally does this. Like, as if to emphasize something. I look pretty, human. I look pretty normal. I mean, that's why the Martyr Truth was like.
You do realize that that guy just said when we were there that he was just going to kill you as the last person, right?
Oh yeah, we were aware this was temporary. Like there was no dishonesty here. We were all fully aware of what we were getting into. That's that's what I can appreciate the guy. He didn't lie to me. You know, he didn't obfuscate or obscure. He was just, look, this is what I want. This is who I think you are. This is who I am. And this is what I want. And this is what I think you want. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. This is who I think I am. This is my history. You seem like a not actual lunatic. The problem is he's now dead, and he was one of the few reasonable ones. We actually had a good thing going, and we were actually helping.
A good thing going?
Yeah. It was going to end, because it has to end. But for a while, yeah, that was good.
And I thought I was the weird one. She just looks at you.
Oh, no. Really? You seriously think humans are not going to defend themselves against vampires? Like,
No.
Why does this fucking surprise you?
That's not what I meant. I thought I was the weird one, but apparently you're the weird one.
Yeah, I'm not a monster. That does make me weird.
And I am a monster?
I mean, judging in the very different complexions we have, do you actually realize how far gone you are? You're pretty fucking far gone.
Okay, thanks for that.
I mean, you don't have to be. It's true, though. Like, I'm not saying that because I don't think it's true. I'm saying that because that's literally what I'm
Emily
seeing in front
goes
of me.
over to one of the metal bars and then just completely destroys her hand when she just fucking hammers that hand into it and breaks it. And she just stands there for a moment, looks at it, and it just reassembles herself. And there is a shriek of like pain when you just hear the when the hand is just, and she just heals it up and just says, "All right, that was a good talk. Before I completely lose my shit, I'm just gonna go. Okay."
So you're just gonna run away again? Was there even any point in me being here? Should I just not turn up when you call me for a talk? Like every time we
You've been extremely rude from the moment I'm.
Oh, I'm rude! Oh no, what a fucking crime. No, don't mind the fucking small pile of corpses.
I would say at this point, although we don't have an ST, that Emily is going to frenzy at this point.
You have to. You can roll for that. 1 second. I have to see if there's a fucking thing. Okay. You can also message Dave. See if he's around, because he's gonna want in on this.
Ah, shit. Here we go.
Oh yeah, you suffer from the feral curse, so your dice to resist frenzy are capped by your humanity dots.
Mm-hmm. Requiem. Are you in the same one as I am?
1 sec. There we go.
That one?
Can you just like roll something or type something to let me know you're there? Okay, yeah, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, I see.
Emily frenzies.
1 sec. Let's see if David's around. Oh, fuck's sake. What dice did you roll? What did you roll? 166. Okay, that's definitely a frenzy.
It is.
What are you rolling?
Isn't it composure? What do you roll for frenzy? I'm just so used to because I think that's the wrong dice pool actually.
You roll your resolve plus your composure, and that dice pool is capped by your humanity because
Then I
you
need
suffer
to
from a feral curse.
roll one more dice.
Hooray!
Might avoid it still. Nope.
Okay.
Or the equivalent.
Yeah. Can you send a lifelink to the chat? Eric's asking for a lifelink.
Uh,
I have to look at compact rules. I mean, I don't think Emily can actually reach Jonathan from where he is.
The interesting thing is, what does this do over, like, due to the blood sympathy? Like, that's the question.
That's a very good question, and God damn it, David literally just want to fly, for fuck's sake. Well, he can feel your anger, but I don't, from what he's written about it.
It's damage.
It's damage. It's not the.
Yeah, but Emily she's standing a bit off, and she is just like, as she's saying, "Oh, I'm rude," and just essentially mocking her just a little bit more. Emily just looks up at him, and her brow just furrows a lot more than normal, and she just like lets out this growl, and she just begins charging the thing. But you're sitting on top of the scaffolding, so you're sitting above it. So she's just gonna try and crawl up and get at you.
Okay. He'll use his rat tail to just leap across to another part of the scaffolding. He has a lot of dice for that. Which I will actually roll for to see if he falls down, because it'll be pretty funny if he falls down. Then he's going to have to do a thing which is going to make his life a lot harder. Don't care about that. I'll check his stats real quick. No. He has that amount of athletics, and he has that amount of. Oh, he doesn't have that much dice actually. He has a fair amount. But yeah, he'll just kind of leap away from you. He gets 3 successes. He succeeds. So yeah, he swings with his rat tail and just leaps to another scaffold.
A 31, but
yeah, what you need to do when you do look at that, scroll over the little eye, and it'll show you each dice result separately.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got an 8, a 9, a 2, a 9, and a 3.
I see.
So yeah, you see him swing using this prehensile, basically ultra large tail. well, one that is, far big, quite big because it's scaled to a human size.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
it's a reptile, and
Emily doesn't
just
see
swings.
much at this point because Emily is kind of in the background. She's sleeping at the moment. Something is running around, fairly pissed at you and almost barking or growling at you, and it's probably running around below you. It's like a dog that just circling something it can't get to, but like Emily's hunched over. She's almost on all fours. Not quite, but and she is just leaning down a bit and just seems to be waiting for you. And after like you're out of reach, so you can pretty much stay at the distance. But at some point, after a while, Emily will like at some point she will just
David said he'd just be a moment, so we can wait for him and
yeah, but
just give the kind of results of where we're currently standing at.
but like after a minute or two, Emily will begin to calm down a bit.
We'll see. We'll wait for David. He's gonna want to do things because it's David.
Okay, damn it. Okay.
We all know he wants to do a thing. This is the perfect opportunity. You won't get this chance again, at least not for another month.
Oh, that is true.
Meanwhile, John's just like, I'm a monkey with a rat tail. Look at me fly. Just wait for David to get on. I apologize for the wait, everyone who is watching, and by that I mean Eric. Hello, Eric.
Yes, we know it is you, Eric.
The fool shall not save you, Eric. We know. We know. There we go.
Yay. What's going on?
So Emily, so basically Jonathan and Emily met actually in the exact same place where Astrid was called by Jonathan some time ago at the abandoned kind of construction site with a heavy metal scaffolding. There was a prolonged argument, as in WTF, Hunters, why you help, in which they threw some back and forth. At which point Emily decided to leave after smashing up one of the pillars and breaking her hand. At which point Jonathan got kind of pissed and said, "Why did you even call me out here if you're just going to avoid the difficult bullshit?" She says, "You keep being an asshole," and then he interrupted her, and then she frenzied. Jonathan is on an elevated platform. He's already kind of using his rat tail. He's already kind of jumped off or swung to a different part of the scaffolding. But other than that, that's kind of where we stand right now. Nobody's trying to reach him because he's like a couple stories off from her at this point. So he's actually quite a fair distance away for her frenzy.
So wait. Have you seen all this, or you just?
Jonathan basically caused the frenzy inadvertently.
Okay. Well, yeah, just carry on then. So how high up is he? So if
let's see. He was at least one story up before because he dropped down to an elevated wooden platform on the scaffolding because she seemed really mad at him. So he was like, "I'm just gonna stay up here." Now I think she started climbing it, and he's just used his rat tail and succeeded the Dex Athletics roll to do so, to effectively jump to another part of scaffolding using his tail. Actually, I should have gotten bonus dice from the tail, but never mind.
Yeah, basically, if you're running away and Emily's frenzying and chasing after you, it'll be a contested roll to see if she can get to you. During frenzy, Emily, you add your blood potency dots to your dexterity dice pools and your.
Do you want me to roll this now?
So yeah, have you? Yeah, if you both roll, So we'll simply say who catches who. So this would be dexterity,
Had 3
athletics.
successes.
All right, well,
And I will just have to check because it is very rare.
yeah, this would be your dexterity or strength because you're climbing, whichever's highest, I guess. Plus athletics, plus if you're frenzying, your blood potency, and plus any vigor dots as well. If you have that. And then you both roll the dice and see who gets the more successes.
Yeah, do I get any bonus dice for having effectively a tail to swing around with?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can have an extra bonus dice for that to represent the fact that you're using your tail to climb with as well.
Oh well, that was a very good roll, which I do not beat. I don't think. Oh wait, no, you get 2 bonus D10. You got a D10, which both. So yeah.
Explode.
Yeah.
But no more successes.
So how many successes did you get? You got 3, and I got 3.
Yeah. The defender wins.
The defender, did the dice explode or?
Yeah, he rolled the dice.
Oh, he rolled. In this case, yes, the defender does win. Which would be the one running away from the frenzy. So there.
I saw the way.
So this will happen, but you're going to keep chasing him. You're going to keep after him. But let's describe it as you're both climbing the side of this construction site of the building, wherever you're leaping from scaffolding to scaffolding, from brick edge to brick edge, and this person's red eyes, the frenzy, the beast is just pouring out, but you just managed to avoid, dodge, jump, and get out of the way. Now, this goes on for a few moments. You're both sort of you're trying to escape. It's very hard to escape from a Kindred frenzy because they can smell you. They know where you are. They can hunt you. You don't have obfuscate or anything like that, so it's going to keep after you. But we can do a roll where you may come out of the frenzy, or if you try to hold yourself back, Emily, if you want. Otherwise, we can do another roll to see if you escape, and then that's it. We'll simply say that you managed something. But at the moment, Emily, I think you can get out of your frenzy.
I actually did roll that before you came in, where I got a success, but...
Oh, so you have resisted the frenzy, or you...
Yeah, I did so before, but...
I see.
The second I rolled it, Christopher says, David is coming, so it was kind of...
Right, okay, so we'll describe it that you chase after him and you're jumping and leaping from rooftop to rooftop. But after a while, you rein the beast in. It kind of, you hold it back. And after a few moments, you kind of stop. And let's just say, Jonathan, you're like a rooftop ahead of him at the moment. You're just like another rooftop ahead. And you feel his beast calming down. You feel the beast not trying to rip you apart. It's gone a bit quiet now.
Emily just stands there, just sits or just goes down to the knees just for a moment, holds one hand on the floor or whatever she's on for a moment, and just you get this sense of just almost reluctance or just like fear or confusion. It's a mixture of things. And yeah, at that point, Emily will just she'll look over at you and just shake her head, and you get this sense of regret, of almost like what a waste of effort, like this sense of like betrayal, or just really just this deep felt, very deep felt yeah, like feeling of getting betrayed or being abandoned, or neglect it somehow. And yeah, she just begins to walk away.
Okay. She'll just say, "Help me."
She stops. Like, you get the sense that it's a lot about just making sure that she doesn't lose it again. So there is like a couple of pauses where she just stands for a moment, just looks, and she turns around, comes up, and looks at you, and just says, "Do you know how hard it is for me to even? There's very limited how I can help you. I mean, there's there are quite a few things where I don't have a choice."
Yeah, I get that. I've known that since day one, night one.
Look, I want to help you, but just if we talk, can you be a little less of a jerk? Just try, because yeah, we're not going to get that far if you keep pissing me off, and yeah.
I'll put in the effort. Just don't tell the sheriff about this.
Right.
Because he'll just use it as an excuse to be an even bigger dick and say, "Go eat me now."
Yeah, I know. Look, I won't say anything, but just I want to help you, okay? I want to. And she just points at you and her, just between the two of them. She just says, I want this to work somehow, okay? But I can't trust anyone here, but I do believe that we can trust each other because we can't really hide a lot from each other.
Don't rely on the blood to tell you everything. If nothing else, Dean Martin should have taught you that.
That I'm pretty much very well aware of, but you know, you can't deny that what we have does have a certain potency to it.
Yeah, and who made it? Keep that in mind. It could just be another trick. I mean, I want to be straight up with you. That's kind of why I agreed to talk with you. I mean, I've already explained why I've done 90% of what I've done. Like, I'm not trying to hide the reasons why I did all of that. Like, I feel pretty just in what I did.
I suppose I'm just a bit more thick when it comes to things like that. I just want a bit more of a straight fight. But
I mean, look at me. Do I look like a genius? I'm hardly Einstein over here.
yes, right. But yeah, it's just look. I'll be in touch. Okay. I need to calm down. Just I just need to calm down. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Do what you need to do.
Right.
Sorry for losing my temper. I know it caused you to lose yours.
It's whatever. It's fine. Look, I'll be in touch. Okay.
Okay.
And she just, again, like in her fashion, just unsure of what to say. She just stands there in the middle of anything, and just looks at you, and then just nods to herself, maybe to reassure herself that she is done talking. And yeah, she will begin to head down, and yeah, she more or less just jumps down from whatever she's on. Fairly lands fairly well on her feet, and yeah, begins to walk away. And I believe with that, the scene will come to a close. Thank you very much for playing and watching. Good night.